Hello and welcome back to TechnoSearch YouTube channel. So AMD has relaunched the $40 dual core Athlon 3000G CPU with new packaging and cooler. Zen refuses to retire even in 2025. Still don't know why they did it. You need an old generation motherboard to run this basically. Athlon 3000G is one of the slowest CPU you can install in an AM4 motherboard. The CPU was released in 2019 as AMD's entry-level processor succeeding Athlon 200GE series. It comes with 4 megabytes of L3 cache, 35 watt TDP, and 3.5 GHz boost clock. It comes with Vega 3G based iGPU featuring 3 CUs, 192 cores, and 1.1 GHz boost clock. Still don't know why they did it, maybe for system testing and stuff like that. But yeah, AMD relaunched it basically in 2023 and they now just launched it once again in 2025. Don't know why they're doing it, and basically it's not that worth it to buy this CPU. Next up, the leaked AMD FSR4 Int8 files. Uh, I already made a video on it where AMD accidentally not launched, but accidentally made their FSR4 tech files available on open source, and since it was an open source license, it it caused some issue because even though AMD took it down in few minutes and it was an error by their part, since it was in open source license, anybody can implement it in any way they want, and the modders went on it. Modders started to adding support for the old generation graphics card because FSR4 is only supported on 9000 series at this current point of time, but modder was able to run it on 7000 series on Windows, and he was working on RDNA 2 and RTX 30 series CPUs too, but the performance uplift was not there in Cyberpunk 2077 at 1440p in FSR1. FSR cost was went from 0.4 to 1.2 milliseconds, which is not that good, even though it got it working with int8 files on older generation RDNA3 and RDNA2, but the performance uplift was not there, and it looks nice, but there was like the trade-off was pretty high for performance. But now after some implementation and stuff like that, another modders are able to make it running on 6800 XT, which is RDNA2 GPU, and the performance hit is 10 to 20% hit, but with higher image quality, and FSR4 is having pretty insane image quality as you can see on the screen here. It is running on FSR4, and it looks like it can be enabled. FSR4 can be enabled on older GPUs. AMD need to implement it and made it available, but overall it's looking nice. FSR3 quality mode, the game achieved a 110 frames per second, but FSR4 quality mode, the game achieved around 100 to 107 frames per second. So yeah, overall the improvements is pretty nice, and previously it was 10 to 20% when compared when we had FSR4 running on RDNA2, but now it's coming down and down, and it is just 2 to 4% despite offering full support for FSR4. So yeah, in RDNA3, 7 to 10%, or RDNA2 takes up the biggest hit of 10 to 20%, but you will get that performance up, not performance uplift, but image quality uplift, which is interesting. Next up, Nvidia CEO confirmed that N1 chip is actually GB10 super chip used in DGX Spark, so it is going to be powerful. We are building ARM, of course, robotic processors. Our latest one is called Thor. It used for robots as and of course for autonomous driving. We also have a new ARM product that's called N1, and that processor is going to go into DGX Spark and many other versions of products like that, and we are super excited about the ARM roadmap, and this just doesn't affect any of that. So yeah, interesting. And we already knew that Nvidia and MediaTek was planning on it on AI PC markets, but we now have more details regarding it, as one N1 and N1X for desktop and laptop PCs are expected to debut at Computex. It was supposed to be coming out by fall of 2025, but it has been delayed. Don't know what's the reason. Maybe the manufacturing was the issue. It comes with 8 to 12 ARM processors, a GPU, unknown GPU, but it is based on Blackwell, and debut is in Computex. But yeah, we got some details also. 30,096 single core performance of N1X and 18,837, which is pretty nice. And as you can see, you can go over here, pause the video. It comes 120 gig memory VRAM, and this time on firmware it has been leaked again. Modest benchmark score indicates early engineering sample, but confirms Windows evaluation. As you can see, identified by this by firmware, the N1X reportedly scored 4,286 points in the 720p stress test, averaging 71 frames. That's not even as good as RTX 2060 scores. Despite N1X reportedly featuring 6,144 cores, more than RTX 5070, on the surface that may seem like underperformance, especially considering the sizable core count, but there's more nuances to the situation because the product is not finished. It is going to be debut in 2026, so and it is running at 120 watt power budget and paired with the pre-release driver. So the chip is not that it's powerful, but it is not able to reach all that it's capable of at this current point of time. But after some time we might get more details regarding it, and I will keep you updated regarding this server CPU by ARM and Nvidia. But yeah, that's it from me today. What do you think about the news? Sound of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll meet you in the next one. Peace out.